Welcome back, everybody. Holiday Doc here with AMZ Marine and his hardcore team. I was invited to this team about a month ago, and just now am starting to play a little bit more in the hardcore series just because my core team is on hiatus playing a little Halo Reach. Halo Reach. And I can't be bothered with that game any longer. So hardcore, here I come. We're going to try and play some playoff action and hopefully get that to you guys for some exciting stuff to watch. Hardcore is unforgiving to new people into competitive play. Not only is it extremely easy to die, but it's extremely easy to get stuck in spawn traps, as you are going to see here by Shoebox, who, if you watch the bottom left corner, is consistently holding them in to their spawn time and time again. It's actually pretty crazy watching, and if I was the other team, I would probably be freaking the fuck out. Just because, you know, it's one of those game types, hardcore that is, where, you know, you don't have a second chance to get that turn on. You don't have that chance to turn around and, you know, get out of the way, and you certainly don't have any sort of forgiveness when it comes to running through the middle. Now, you know, I am playing on Marine's host. Marine does live a really long distance away from me. There is a bit of bullet lag for myself, but usually for hardcore, you know, lag and connection doesn't play that big of a deal. So that's one sort of benefit to playing hardcore. A second benefit is, you know, for the realistic lovers out there, it's about as realistic as you can get. You know, one-hit kills, a couple hit kills to the bottom, you know, lower extremities, stuff like that. Now, one thing I want to point out, headquarters as itself is played in numerous different ways. Lots of teams set up very differently from one another, but I find the best way to run a good headquarters game is to have a one guy on your headquarters and your three remaining guys just set up all around, especially in hardcore. You know, in core you might want to get two guys on it to capture it a bit quicker, but hardcore you're not going to run out of bullets as quick as usual, and you're definitely able to set up and head glitches and make them much more effective. Pain Pill as it is still pretty effective in hardcore. That's one of those things where if you're running up against a team and you're not playing like Search and Destroy, you know, Pain Pill might be a beneficial perk to use, especially if you're having trouble on the other team. What else can I say? You know, holding down spots in headquarters is the most crucial thing you can do. You know, set up on those head glitches, set up on those areas, the sandbags, and holding down and predicting spawns. Callouts, everything like that is definitely one of your most, you know, underestimated things in the game. You know, if you can precise your callouts to a square 10-foot area, just think of how much more effective you're going to be to your team. You know, also pressing start after you die, calling out where the other team is in relation to where you just died, as well as, you know, not just being able to call out the one guy who killed you, but you're able to call out their whole team. And that's the most crucial thing when it comes to team play and competitive play as a whole. I preach about this pretty much the same things all the time, but, you know, it just makes it, you know, here's your Shoebox again. Just watch that left-hand corner. He's on a 6-7 right now, kill streak, and it just goes on forever, it seems. Unforgiving hardcore is a little bit of Yoda talk for you. What else can I say? I hate saying I apologize for that. It bothers me when other people do it. I want to create, you know, a series of videos for teams to get involved in the competitive scene. As I've said before, you know, a new team coming into competitive play at this time in the game is going to be extremely difficult. You're up against teams who have been playing this competitively for almost a year now. You're come up against teams who've been playing competitive since COD 4, since COD 3. And those teams stick out, and they really do, because they're a dominating force on the ladder time and time again. What can I offer new teams to the field, you wonder? A lot of people, you know, rag on me, like, Doc, you're not an MLG pro. You're right, I'm not. But I've played more competitive matches than 99% of people out there. I know this. I've been playing competitive gaming since SOCOM 1. I've also been playing since StarCraft 1. A lot of people don't know that. I'm an RTS nerd.
Wow.
I can admit it. Don't judge. It's okay.
Two pieces at once.
And one thing that I think differs me from a lot of people is, having that strategic mindset. Being more of the intelligent player rather than the...
Hey guys, you know a cool place
I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But, playing smarter is always the better way to go. When you can outthink your opponent and outthink the other team, gun skill will come and chemistry will follow. So, my first starting video is going to be deciding on if you're a team leader or if you just want to be a team member. These are big things you need to think about when getting into competitive play. You might not realize it, but there's a lot of team leaders out there that have created successful franchises that have been around forever. You look at Counter-Strike. There's 10 teams that I could name that have been around since the dawn of the game with almost the original roster. There's StarCraft franchises and team communities with literally almost the same amount of people, or it's not the same amount, but same starting rosters as they've always had. And there's nothing more rewarding than having a team like that. Take for instance my World at War team. I really didn't. After SOCOM dropped, I didn't really get back into competitive play until the end of COD 4, and it really sparked a great interest for me. I got right back into it. I love the game. I love the competitive field. My job allowed me to really get into gaming again. Maybe I'll do a job video. I know people are gonna ask what I do, but I don't like to get into it. And if you do know what I do, please do not post. Okay. What else can I say? As far as, the team roles and stuff like that, I want to just create a series that will be beneficial for everybody and the community alike. So stay tuned for that. Also, later tonight, hopefully, I'll be able to get these videos out for the singles, kind of tutorials, how-tos, and everything like that. But I'll leave it at that, and let's talk a little bit more about hardcore.
There you go, you got ammo now.
As far as myself playing hardcore, I left the hardcore scene after World at War. Why did I play hardcore in World at War, you ask? I felt that the health was extremely high for what I was used to and liked, so I moved to the hardcore part on World at War. When Modern Warfare 2 came out, I really wanted to hit the competitive scene even harder, so I stuck away from the hardcore scene altogether. But I really feel that Modern Warfare 2 doesn't have enough health. I don't think they added enough health for sure, because it just feels like you die way too easily, and it doesn't yield a good enough gameplay. We want more gunfights. That's the most exciting thing. Coming up against another teammate, or an opposing teammate, and winning those gunfights is really exciting to watch. Just take Halo, for example. I love watching Halo because it's the more skillful person with the gun rather than host advantage, and rather than shooting them in the back. And that's, I think, one of the issues and downsides about Modern Warfare 2. With hardcore on this game, it is easy. Okay, I should probably back up there. It's not easy, but it is a lot easier than the core side of things. Number one, they don't have MLG variant for hardcore, so you're stuck playing map gen. You're stuck playing TDM, which is probably the worst game type to ever try to get into on Gamebattles. Number one, you're stuck playing with one-man army, which is atrocious, and once you always honestly want to kill yourself when you play that game. Grab that disc and break it in half and cut your wrist with it. That's how angry some people get playing TDM. With map gen, at least you're absorbed into the other game types. You're not stuck with all the camping game modes. And I think that's why some people are really getting into the hardcore scene. Some people just don't like those heavily health related games and stuff like that, like Halo. They definitely don't like World at War because that had more health in this game. So that being said, I really want to thank everybody. I reached top 7 most viewed on YouTube today, and I can only say thank you to all of my subscribers. Keep those requests coming in. I love doing video requests because the community is what makes what makes my videos what they are. Anyways, thanks again, Holiday Doc, out of here.